with the release of the Mueller report, for the most part, we have a situation where for 2 years the media have pushed a narrative that turned out to be incorrect. This idea that Trump was somehow colluded with Russia in order to win the election and steal it from one Hillary Clinton, who of course was destined through cosmic will, inscribed into the cosmos itself, was Hillary Clinton supposed to win in 2016. But not so much. Seeing it, all of that has collapsed. All of the media personalities that use innuendo to get across this idea that Trump was somehow working with Vladimir Putin, each and every one of them, I want them to, at the very least, sit here with me as I listen to the first response that Donald Trump has with the Mueller report coming out and Attorney General Barr's, you could say, his summary of that report. Not to mention his findings on this idea of obstruction of justice, meaning there was no obstruction of justice. All of us are going to sit here together. And just like Rachel Maddow, I've invited friends to sit here with me. And we're going to watch Donald Trump. This is going to be awesome. That feeling of watching Rachel Maddow do the video where she's like at the point of tears because she's pushed a narrative that was entirely fake for political ends. The video was awesome. So I want to do this again with various media personalities. So let's take a watch. So let's find Trump. There we are. And Trump talks about the Mueller campaign. Let's hear the Donald.
With Russia, there was no obstruction and none whatsoever. And it was a complete and total exoneration.
Attorney General William Barr submitted a summary of Robert Mueller's principal conclusions to Congress on Sunday, March 24th. Here's what we know. First, according to Barr, Mueller found no evidence that Trump or anyone associated with his campaign conspired with Russia during the 2016.
This is not what I want. They switch videos on me, bastards. I had one particular video where Trump goes in and gives an entire explanation of... He answers all
Trump obstructed.
And they switched it on me with a video where Trump is not doing that. Those squirrely bastards. And now they're going to force me to watch a commercial.
There was no collusion with Russia. There was no obstruction and none whatsoever. And it was a complete and total exoneration.
Attorney General...
Oh, bastard. There was more to that. There was more to that. They've switched the videos on me. All right, Washington Post, you got me. Washington Post got me. Let me see if I can find it on this one.
There was no collusion with Russia. There was no obstruction and none whatsoever. And it was a complete and total exoneration.
Attorney General...
Yeah, there was more to that. Trump goes into... Is this it? Okay. Let's pretend... Fucking hate these commercials. There was one where Trump goes into this thing of, there have been people that have been hurt, etc. He goes further into this. But, alright, I'm clearly going to have to cut this video viciously. Alright, I wanted to be able to find this. Let me see, let's try one more time. I don't like giving up like this. Come on, no. No. Alright, so it has to be this one.
Got that vibe, yeah, I ain't petty. Looking fly, yeah, they ain't ready. I can shine.
Come on, you're killing me. commercial is atrocious. Alright, 3 seconds. I'm taking 3 more seconds. Jesus fucking Christ.
So after a long look,
There we go.
after a long investigation, after so many people have been so badly hurt, after not looking at the other side, where a lot of bad things happened, a lot of horrible things happened, a lot of very bad things happened for our country. It was just announced there was no collusion with Russia, the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. There was no collusion with Russia. There was no obstruction, and none whatsoever. And it was a complete and total exoneration. It's a shame that our country had to go through this. To be honest, it's a shame that your president has had to go through this before I even got elected. It began. And it began illegally. And hopefully somebody's going to look at the other side. This was an illegal takedown that failed. And hopefully somebody's going to be looking at the other side. So it's complete exoneration, no collusion, no obstruction. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. President, do you think the report should be made public? Should the report be made public, Mr. President?
Excellent. Excellent. I love that. I want to hear that again. Now, here's the thing. Whatever you want to say of Trump, what he said there is not wrong. Like, this was an attempted takedown of the President of the United States. That is literally what this was. Hillary Clinton's campaign throws out this idea that Donald Trump is somehow working with the Russians. Donald Trump trying to be conciliatory to any measure at this point becomes a reason and a justification combined with a document that essentially was paid for from somebody of a foreign government, and meaning the Trump dossier, and use that as a reason to go after Trump. Now, the media runs with this. The other political party, of course, runs with this. And this becomes this kind of mainstream narrative of events for the next 2 years. Donald Trump comes out and says, it's a witch hunt. And he attacks the prosecutor because politically, that's what you do. You attack the prosecutor. And they bitch and moan and scream that Trump is doing something. Mind you, the people who are involved in letting Hillary Clinton off the email thing when anybody else would have been locked up were the same people that were instrumental in getting Donald Trump on. Meaning, you have political actors that allowed Clinton to walk. And you had those same people that were also just so happened to be involved in the case of putting Donald Trump on to what we now find out and have known for years was nonsense. Yes, I think it was a witch hunt. Yes, I think it was a political hit job. But yeah, I do think they tried to take down the Trump administration. Rachel Maddow's tears wasn't, I don't know this, so fair enough. But it is just as likely as those tears weren't because Donald Trump, that Mueller didn't take down Donald Trump because she fully believed in the Trump stuff. It could have been just as well tears because she didn't succeed in her effort to take down Trump. I'm just saying, I'm a little bit more cynical in regards to why those tears were coming out. But let's hear it one more time. I want to hear it one more time because, just because. Okay, I gotta be honest, I don't want to hear it that much. I don't want to hear it that much. If I had to sit through another video, I don't want to hear it. Alright, this video was not meant to be long. This video was meant to point out failure. Baltazar, you need to recenter and shrink your donation alert for Super Chat. You can only see the top left corner. Hi from Seoul, Robert Mueller's day off. Hi from Seoul? No way, you're in Seoul, Korea. If you're in Seoul, Korea, that's fucking awesome. I am so jealous of that. Cat Purple. Thank you, Cat Purple. Yeah, Belt, the donation thing gets a little weird. I can see it at the very least where I know the person gives the donation. And let's see if I didn't miss anything on. Kills for a living. If you found out Jamarl voted for Trump, Miss Thomas, would you divorce him? Same question for you, JT. Oh, God. If my wife told me that she voted for Trump, will I divorce her? No, I don't think I'd divorce her. No, I wouldn't divorce her. I would want to know reasons. I want to know reasons, but I wouldn't divorce her. Would she divorce me? I don't think she'd divorce me, but she would not tell her family. Like, that shit would be a secret. No. And she voted for Clinton. I mean, you could have asked me, if your wife voted for Clinton, would you divorce her? I didn't divorce her. And I think that's just as bad. To be honest, I would understand the Trump vote more than I would the Clinton vote. But fair enough. All right, I'm going to end this here. I'm not going to keep this one long. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, I want to do... Yeah, I'm doing the Jink video. Yeah. I don't know if I'm doing it immediately next, but yeah, the video's coming up. It's wild. Somebody pointed me to a video I did going back almost like 2 years ago. And God, I was so much thinner. Like, I was so much thinner than I was now. But not just that, like, everything looks so different. Right here.
And that's how they try
Look
to
at
fuel.
this. Look at this. That's so awesome. So yeah, but that's the video. That video that they're talking about, that's the video where Cenk was debating Jordan and Michael Tracy. And Cenk's position was that Donald Trump had something to do with Russia, that they were working in collusion together. Now, Cenk might have moved in that position, fair enough, but, let's be clear, he was one of those people who were pushing the Russia-Trump stuff. He might have evolved, fair enough. Let's, be clear about your origins. Let's see. Here's another one. Mark Benjamin. With 2 years of our life wasted using a bludgeon of Mueller report to messed up relations of China, Belt and Road, and Putin, what now? New crypto talk. Mark, the question becomes, what now? Who the hell knows? I mean, I would argue that this was put out in order to kind of create a leeway between the next elections. This kind of attrition damage, this war of attrition. We're going to bleed the president dry, or we can just kind of drip, drip, drip his way to the next presidency. Not to mention whatever we may find out of it. Meaning, even if you don't take the president down with this kind of one swoop of a report, you still might be able to extract other political gains out of this. Kind of like with Bill Clinton, where it's like, no, the Whitewater thing didn't take Bill Clinton down, but you got Bill Clinton impeached over something that kind of popped out of the investigation from it. Same thing here. Same playbook, same tactic. And in this case, Donald Trump just so happened to be the person who was in the White House that took the hit from it. He survived it, but he is right when he makes this argument that this was a soft coup. This was them trying to take down the president of the United States. The wild part about this is, a coup to what end? Mike Pence was going to be the person who was going to be in the office next. And even though they might have felt Mike Pence was more in line with like a Jeb Bush type Republican, meaning he was more in line with a kind of an established wing of the party. What the established wing of things is okay with from a standpoint of a Republican. Let's be very clear that it would have been a soft coup. So, I have no love for Donald Trump, so don't misunderstand my intentions here. I do take issue with the media spending 2 years on utter nonsense. And then taking issue with the media spending 2 years on utter nonsense. Yes, I do kind of make this point that I said it was nonsense from the beginning, not because I had any godlike knowledge, but because they didn't present anything to get across that it was something other than nonsense. And everybody in the situation had an incentive and a dog in a hunt that pushed them inexorably to assuming that something was going on with Trump. They couldn't disassociate This is kind of like what they wanted the world to be true versus what was actually true. They have been the victims or have intentionally pushed what was essentially a politically motivated narrative of events. And they've used that as if it was actual news. If they would have did this to Hillary Clinton, if they would have dug into the Clinton Foundation in the exact same way they dug into Donald Trump stuff, it just seems like there's been a dramatic difference in the tenor towards Clinton versus the tenor towards Trump. Clinton walked. And yes, the media talked about her and everything else, but that level of hysteria didn't exist. That level of hysteria did not exist. So, I'm going to end this here. I didn't really plan on doing videos today outside of the patron appreciation. But I'll leave it here. Donald Trump responds to Mueller. This video is going to be cut afterwards because there was a lot of fuck-ups in the video itself. We can call it technical glitches. We'll use that euphemism. Otherwise, you guys have a good Sunday or the rest of it, however long, as much as left in it. I have several videos that I really want to do today, but I got to be honest, I don't necessarily feel like doing them tonight. But yeah, the Cenk Uygur one is on my list, including the tweet where Cenk Uygur is like, yeah, you other bitches got that really wrong. You other bitches got it wrong. All right, guys. Have a good one.